everybody. Welcome to the witching hour, the hour of the day when the veil is thin and magic happens. We have some little magic for you today. Well, littler than full grown people. My special guest this week is the one and only, famous and infamous, Belle, the haunted doll. My little girl. Yes, indeed. She sits behind me week after week, year after year, wanting, wishing, praying, begging to be my special guest. So today I gave in, and look how happy she is. Can you not see the joy on her face? She's very happy. For those of you who don't know, let me tell you a little bit about my little girl, Belle. She is well over 100 years, probably 110 or 15 by now. She's a German doll, and she was given to me by this beautiful woman in Belgium who actually saw me doing a seance with the more infamous, more spooky Peggy the doll at Zach Bagans Museum. And I was doing a seance and I was cutting the cords between Peggy the doll and Katrine, a woman she had given a heart attack to. And this lovely woman had had Belle for a couple years and did not know what to do with her. Sadly, Belle had an attachment and Belle made her sick, made her hair fall out, made her little daughter sick. So she didn't know what to do. So Belle is mine. And she showed her magic the very moment I actually first got her. She was delivered, and for some reason, I thought I should do a Facebook Live of her unboxing. Had never done a Facebook Live before, ever, had never even done an unboxing. But some reason, I was very influenced to do it online. So I'm doing it, and I'm opening this very well packaged package, and all due to Belle, nothing to do with me or my followers. 50,000 people, due to the power of this little doll, watched me open them. That is by far the most view and watchers I have ever had. And it has nothing to do with me. It has the power of this doll. But I opened up this little doll and I saw this beautiful spirit, but it was surrounded with definitely a dark spirit. And I don't have enough hair to have all my hair fall out. I don't want my dog or my kitty or my husband sick or any of us. So I did have to banish that negative spirit before the sunset, actually. So I did a cleansing and an unbanishing. All this stuff is what I talk about in my upcoming book from Llewellyn, by the way. Anyway, so I cleared her before the sunset. And slowly but surely, this beautiful little girl spirit came out of Belle that had been there. And within weeks, she became a complete member of the family. At first, the kids, the fur babies, didn't like her, didn't know who she was, avoided her at all costs. But slowly, slowly, they'd get closer and they'd get closer. And now I find them curled up around Belle at all times. She's a happy member of the family. My husband and I will be downstairs in the drum room, his man cave, watching TV or something, and we'll hear the pitter patter of little, and I mean little feet, wanging around upstairs. When the dog and the cat are with us, that means she probably wants to come down and join us. So we bring Belle into the party room to watch television with us. She is a magical. Now you probably can see as we go her face move. People have seen so many times. Three people will walk into the house. Maybe she's in the living room, and three people in a row go, "Ooh, Belle's really happy today. Belle's really happy today. Belle's really happy today." They can tell. Her face doesn't change. This is 100-year-old porcelain, but they can tell by her energy. Another day it'd be, "Ooh, Belle's kind of cranky today. Belle's kind of cranky today. Belle's kind of cranky today." And I'm not talking psychics or mediums or witches. I'm talking anybody who comes in. She's that strong of presence. Now, if you do get into haunted dolls or magical dolls, do know that you got to be careful. You want a positively haunted doll. Negatively haunted dolls, they're not as much fun as they make you seem on TV. They could take away your energy. They could make you sick. They could cause arguments and fighting. But a happy haunted doll is great. So she's a member of our family, and only one haunted doll per family in this, but she does have some friends. She does have a compliment. Well, besides the fact that I have a couple hundred Barbies running around this house, which I will show you at another time, Belle needed some companion, so to speak. Oh, anyway, you might see her move. You might see her eyes open. So let me know in the comments if you see her doing anything. Because again, I rarely let her come this far on stage because she does take focus. It's like animals and children and haunted dolls take away the spotlight, but it's her day. So I'm okay with that. But let me know if you see orbs or you see her move or you see her wink at you or you see her mood change. So anyway, here is beautiful Belle. Um, a member of the family, but a friend of mine named Cheryl decided Belle needed a baby of her own. There is a beautiful little girl spirit in her. She's just loves being here, I think. So my friend Cheryl sent me another beautiful doll up in Washington. So let's show you Cheryl. This is Cheryl. Now, Cheryl is not haunted. Cheryl is Belle's baby Cheryl. Now, Cheryl is a lovely little doll, but doesn't have a spirit. So here's something that's really goofy that happened once. I teach. I have a school, University Magicus, and I was teaching them just like this. I'm talking into my camera. I'm talking into my computer. I had, just for beauty's sake, I had beautiful little Cheryl, named after the girl who gave it to, sitting right next to me. And I'm talking, I think, ironically, it was like a psychic protection class or something. So I'm talking, both my hands were in camera view. So it wasn't what I was. Oh, look at Belle's raising up now too. So anyway, Cheryl's sitting next to me over here or over there on that side. Anyway, I'm talking, I'm looking into camera. All of a sudden, Cheryl moved completely into frame about 6 inches. It's on video and everything, one of the school videos. I didn't even notice because I'm talking to the camera. I'm teaching the students. Now, the students noticed and they're like, oh, she's haunted. And I'm looking at this doll going, she's not haunted. She's haunted. She's not haunted. So we rolled it back. We blew up the video. And you know what we saw? You don't have to be a haunted doll to move. We literally saw an orb come out of the bookcase right here, go into Cheryl, move Cheryl 6 inches, fly out of Cheryl, and go past camera. So I don't know. Belle might have sent a little bit of her spirit to move around Cheryl to get her into frame a little bit, because that's what Belle always wants. Or another energy. I do have a house ghost named Adrian. She came with the house. My husband and I moved in literally 20 years ago. The house came with a beautiful spirit who had lived here from the 60s until the 90s. And when we moved in the early 2000s, she's still here. But she's a beautiful house ghost. She takes care of us. She's quirky. She has a great sense of humor and she loves men. That's another story for another day. So anyway, Cheryl is not haunted, but she occasionally moves. Belle is happily haunted. Now, even when I was saying haunted dolls, you have to be careful, they can drain energy. Even after I got the bad spirit out of Belle, she drained energy for a while. So I kept a little cup of rue in her hand. The little herb rue, it's easy. There's lots of protective herbs and oils you can use. But I literally put it in a little Dixie cup and held it in her hand. And that kept her from draining people's energy until she accustomed to the house and she didn't drain energy anymore. So now she just fills everybody up with energy. Though she does kind of, sometimes like a kid, I guess, want her own way on occasion. So anyway, these are the two main: haunted, beautiful haunted Belle, and beautiful not haunted Cheryl, Belle's companion. But then it started growing. All of a sudden, I was doing a house clearing at a client turned friend's house, somebody who knew me from paranormal television stuff and had me clear the house. And I cleared the whole house, not thinking about it. And then I saw this beautiful little baby sitting on her dining room table, a little bit unloved and a little bit neglected. And I go, oh, look at that beautiful baby. And she's like, take it. Please take it. She didn't like it because it was haunted and it just had a bad energy to it. Look at this little kind of spooky, beautiful little thing. And I, of course, gladly said, I will certainly take baby doll. I will certainly take baby. She really has the details of this beautiful real human. So I brought her home and never once did I see a spirit in her. I honestly think what I did when I cleared the house, I cleared the spirit out of baby. So be careful when you keep your house clear and cleansed, which you should always do. If you do have haunted objects, make sure you kind of don't take the spirit out if you don't want to. It's really easy to do. It's just your intent to keep it there, but that was pretty funny. So I got an unhaunted doll. I guess I could have offered to give it back to her, but I don't think she wanted whether it was haunted or not. So then I have a slightly bigger family, not counting the hundreds of babies. But now, I talk about him a lot, and you kind of I don't know if you ever see him on camera. He's my beautiful producer, Rob, and his beautiful producer wife, Christine. Um, they've been doing a lot of house clearing and things like that too. And even though we're all trying to get rid of things, all of a sudden, I took claim to Marie Antoinette. Now, I've only had her a few days, and my first reaction was, ooh, kind of spooky. Not sure. Big dress, kind of gaudy, kind of goofy. Marie Antoinette, has a lot of interesting stories, tales, history, and things attached to her. So at first I'm like, okay, I will take her because she needs a good home. And how could you not? So I sat her, unbeknownst to me, uncomfortably right on top of baby doll. But I think that got her accustomed to the house really. So within 2 days, I have fallen in love with Marie Antoinette. So look at how happy Belle looks now. Can you tell? Again, anybody who's looking at audio, I apologize wholeheartedly. This is probably more of a video, and you can watch the video if you want on my YouTube page. You can get to it from my pattynegri.com website. So I will try to be more verbal and less visual. So Marie Antoinette looks like a beautiful blonde with a big fluffy dress. Baby doll looks like a kind of spooky newborn baby. Belle is the most gorgeous girl in a beautiful burgundy dress you have ever seen. And Cheryl is lovely in green and black, kind of Victorian as well. So that's my family, not counting, of course, my beautiful Willow, which you guys, many of you know, or Gracie, my crazy kitty. So let me know if you have any special, well, your own children, of course, your fur babies and two-legged, of course. But do you have a haunted doll? Have you ever wanted a haunted doll? Again, if that's your thing, they are a nice addition to any family. And next year, I will actually have a book, A Complete Care and Feeding of Haunted Dolls, and also magical puppets. Magical puppets, what are those? A completely different thing, but sort of in the same family. As you guys know, I'm a witch. I'm a spellcasting witch. And one of the major things that we do in spellcasting, or one of the major tools we use, are puppets. Now, puppets are little cloth dolls, or they could be made out of anything with magical purpose and magical intent. Part of me wants to get up off the camera and bring my puppets over here. Part of me thinks I should just explain them for all of you people on audio. Maybe I will meet in the middle. Okay, I'm meeting in the middle. This is, well, besides, it's a bunch of other dolls from my beautiful producers, Rob and Christine, Madame Alexander dolls and beautiful dolls. Let's talk about puppets for a minute. Puppets are not haunted dolls. Puppets are inspirited dolls that you'd use for magic, for health, for money, for love. They represent you. Here is a very typical little puppet, usually made of, roughly sewn together cotton and felt and things. This is my personal puppet. I keep it very careful. It's worn out, it's ancient, it's got my name, it represents me. And what she does is she is Patty Negri. She represents me. She is stuffed with herbs and stones and magical things and lots of intent. Now I really don't get sick, but say if I got a headache and I didn't want the headache, I would have the doll take the headache instead. It's a conduit. I might stick some pins in the doll's head, like acupuncture, and the headache goes away. Did you see that? An orb just went by. We got magic going. So no, it's not, and a lot of people mistake puppets for voodoo dolls. And again, they're magical dolls as well, but they're not voodoo dolls at all. They're almost always used for healing and love and money and joy. So she is my personal little puppet, and you stuff things in. Um, Here's another poppet that you could do. I love poppet. It's really cute. The kind of poppets I have been making lately, because I also like to bury things, throw things in the ocean or a moving river, or burn things up. And I'm really environmentally conscious, so I don't want to burn things up made of plastic or anything that will hurt the environment or hurt nature. So I have been making paper napkin poppets. This is one inexpensive little, dinner napkin, the cheap kind, with a little bit of tape or rope around it, a little bit of a Sharpie face, herbs in the head, and I could put all the magic and all the intent into this doll, and then keep it like a regular puppet, burn it for to send it to the universe, throw it in the ocean or a lake to send it off to sea, or even bury it, and it's safe and environmentally correct. It's beautiful. Get the cheapest, most environmental napkins that you can. So this is and I'm not very artsy craftsy. All my beautiful artsy craftsy witch friends can make beautiful things. I have the talent and artsy craftsy ability of a drunken 6-year-old. And not just a regular 6-year-old, a drunken 6-year-old. So this is about as artsy craftsy I can get. And believe me, this doll is just as powerful as any fancy, beautiful made one. But if you can make the pretty ones, please do. You can make them out of anything: cotton, clay, fish, meat. Eat a meat puppet. Meat puppet? Meat puppet. Anyway, Belle said, I'm going back to Belle. Belle said, of all my guests and my magical guests and my very special friend guests, why didn't I have her? So now I can say, I've got my beautiful Belle. So please let me know if you have some fun friends, if you want a haunted doll. Again, there's information out there. I talk about it some, and I have a beautiful book coming out, I think early next summer from Llewellyn, called Haunted Dolls and Magical Puppets or something like that from Llewellyn. Um, but they're great members of the family. I have my goddess statues. I have my fairies. I have my angels all over my house. But there's something special about anything with an eyes and a face and a nose. Because, a spirit, if you wanted, a spirit could go into this mug. A spirit, if I'm in the disincarnate spirit, I could go into this mug. But wouldn't I rather go into something with eyes and a nose and a mouth and I could really talk to? A lot of people in the traditional craft will have a little a skull of some site, like a crystal skull or something, and have their familiar go into that. Because there's something about both psychological and spiritual and magical about something having a face to give it a little bit more life. And is there a prettier face than this? Maybe you have one. Show me photos if you can. Anyway, do you have anything else to say to this? Any words of wisdom, Belle? Wouldn't that be great if she talked right now? Now, what I could do is pull out some of my ghost meters and my apps and my Ovulus and have her talk to you, but that's a show for a different day. We're going to keep this one kind of short and sweet, but have a magical week. And again, show me your little babies, living, fur, two-leg. Oh my God. Did you guys hear that? Baby's making noises. And she's not haunted. Oh no. Baby's making noises. And Willow just took the head off the king. The hat. Maybe the hair. Oh, large families are difficult sometimes. Thanks for tuning into the Witching Hour. See you next week when I have another wonderful guest. And let me know you like me. Follow me. Go to all my social media. Sign up for my newsletter. I teach fun and wonderful things. And have a magical day. Magic really is everywhere. Bye.